13th, 2021, ministerial instructions respecting invitations to apply for permanent residence under the Express Entry System number 176 Canadian Experience class was a phenomenal one because the number of invitations issued was 27,332 and the lowest rank CRS score of candidate invited is 75. A good news to many Canadian immigrants.
What is Canadian Experience Class or CC?
Definition: the Canadian Experience class is for skilled workers who have Canadian work experience and want to become permanent residents. So, what to do next after this invitation? First, respond to your invitation to apply.
If IRCC invite you to apply for permanent residence, you'll get a message in your account telling you which program you've been invited to apply for. What to do next? You'll need to show proof of the information you gave IRCC in your Express Entry profile. They will assess whether the information you submit in your application is different from what was in your profile.
If IRCC find that you gave them false information or left out important details, they could refuse your application, find you inadmissible, bar you for 5 years from applying to come to Canada for any reason. Before you apply for permanent residence,
you can only apply for permanent residence through Express Entry if you've received an invitation to apply. To Express Entry applicants, because of COVID-19, you now have 90 days to submit your Express Entry application. After you've received your invitation to apply, once you have your invitation to apply, there have been some changes to the way IRCC process applications because of COVID-19. Find out how you're affected. Your Express Entry invitation to apply is valid for 90 days only. You should start filling out the online form right away, so that you can get all the information and documents you need before your invitation expires. Follow these steps to fill out the online form.
Sign into your account. Click the link to apply for permanent residence under Express Entry. When filling out the form, make sure you submit all of the required documents. All of your answers must be complete and true. Make sure all the mandatory fields are completed, or you won't be able to submit your application. You can save your information on the form and go back as often as you need to.
Fees for your application, $1,325. Include your spouse, $1,325. Include a dependent child, $225. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the immigration applicants.
Due to COVID-19, IRCC can't provide accurate processing times. The 6-month processing time is how long it usually took them to process a complete application before COVID-19. Check your application status for more information. You may need to give biometrics with your application. This processing time includes the time you need to give your biometrics. If you haven't applied to immigrate to Canada yet, IRCC is still accepting most permanent resident applications. Unfortunately, the ability to review and process those applications are being affected by COVID-19. IRCC can't currently estimate any processing times. They're currently focusing on priority applications like Canadians and permanent residents returning to the country, vulnerable groups, work permits for people who perform or support essential services. IRCC is trying to process those as quickly as possible. If you apply, you still need to submit a complete application. This means you must include all the supporting documents they ask for. If you can't get some of these documents right now, you should wait to apply until you can get them.
If you already applied for a document but it's delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, You can send proof that you're trying to get it, like a receipt. Include a letter to tell IRCC why you don't have the document and when you'll get it. Send them the document as soon as you have it to avoid more delays. If you get your language test results or educational credential assessment, report by email or electronically. IRCC will accept them as part of your application. Documents for your application for permanent residence. If IRCC invites you to apply, you'll need to upload copies of the documents you used for your profile. You may check the link from the video's description the other important documents that you submitted for your profile in Express Entry. Most applicants will also need to upload the following:
police certificates, medical exams, proof of funds, birth certificate required if you're declaring dependent children, use of a representative form required if you've hired a representative, common law union form required if you've declared your marital status as common law, marriage certificate required if you've declared your marital status as married, divorce certificate and legal separation agreement required if you've declared your marital status as divorced, death certificate required if you've declared your marital status as widowed, adoption certificate required when a dependent child is listed as adopted. Some other documents.
You only need to submit these if IRCC included them in your personalized document checklist. Your application may not be refused or rejected if you don't submit these documents. They're only used to check if you meet the requirements of the program you're applying for. Proof of relationship to a relative in Canada. Digital photos to confirm your identity. Other name to confirm aliases. Authority to release personal information to a designated individual form. Any other documents that you feel are relevant to your application.
Note: status of Express Entry applications last updated January 19th, 2021. Canadian Experience Class. IRCC is working at full capacity to process applications. You may experience delays in processing because they have a backlog of applications due to COVID-19. Other Express Entry applications. IRCC have limited capacity to process applications and you may experience delays. They will update this when timelines become available.